We are about 10 miles or so southwest of downtown Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the LA Chargers. And wow, a gamble here right off the bat, an onside kick to begin the game. The Bills say they have it, and they do. So how about that? I mean, wow, go on the road, start the game with an onside kick, they recover it. Bold, but hey, it turned out beautiful.
His team might even say, gorgeous.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
Now Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
Misdirection's the key on this play. They line up with three receivers to the opposite side of the tight end, and they're all going to work their way across the field and let the tight end slip underneath against flow the other way. They're banking that he can get lost, and that's exactly what happened as they pick up a first down.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Third down, here's a run by Cook. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. On play action, Allen. He's got his target. That's complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A big pickup of 12 yards on fourth down to keep this drive from stalling. So a big play there on fourth, and now first and 10 at the 30. Up the middle, it's Cook. He finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Second down and 6 now from the 26. Allen. And Cook has it left side. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 13-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. Cook up the gut. Nifty move. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Now Allen throwing on second down. And that is incomplete here.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
Allen going to try and throw on third down. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter. And they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 32 on the play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. And that was one I kind of saw coming, Charge. He had a free safety just hanging back there over the middle, waiting, and he saw that ball go in the air, and he jumped on it.
And I don't know why the quarterback didn't see that. That was just your standard cover 3, which means the free safety in the middle of the field, the 2 corners, and they divide the field in thirds. But when you have a...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Play action. It's Herbert. It's reeled in downfield by Johnston. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 23 yards, the final tally.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
He gets this down to the 3. Brought the power run out of the bag, but couldn't do a ton with it. Eckler again. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Austin Eckler, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers are an extra point away from drawing level. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Khalil Mack. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 14-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Now a throw here to his running back. And Hines is going to have a Bills first down as he'll get this up to the 32. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll get a few yards here to the 34. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. To throw, it's Allen. This to Hines on the drop-off. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Allen. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. The Charger drive about to get going. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they're going to speed things up here. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Here's 2nd and 10. Herbert off of play action. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Herbert throwing again. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
Ed Oliver, that time the one to get in there and bring him down.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And no move to get Herbert off the field. They're going for this. Here we go on fourth. Herbert. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession here at their own 33. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game? No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Michael Davis.
And the Chargers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Past the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Herbert operating from the red zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
And the Bills are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when...
It's the tight end Knox. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before half for Allen. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Allen's throw going to be caught by Davis.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. On second down, Cook. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. And now they're in the hurry-up. Throwing now is Allen. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
In motion left is Davis.
First down, here's the run with Cook.
He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Steps away to his left. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Here's Sam Martin now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And whistle blown, a timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this third quarter. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be second down. Herbert.
Looking Austin Eckler's way again.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On second down, here's Herbert. And he's got it. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Herbert wants to throw it on 3rd and 1. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Gerald Everett from 3 yards out.
And the Chargers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
And now here is another interception. And now look at this. Big game, but a
Bills are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
So that now back-to-back drives, CD, that have ended with an interception.
I don't know about you, but I'd call my quarterback over, put an arm around him, and say, hey, take a look at the scoreboard. We're playing with a lead. Let's be smarter about what we're doing out there.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. Allen off the play fake, sliding out of the pocket.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Second and 9.
Allen going to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Michael Davis. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert.
He gets it to Johnston.
Touchdown, Chargers.
Quentin Johnston.
25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Chargers have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. So an important touchdown right there is now they're really beginning to pull away.
Yeah, this was a tight game until not too long ago. But since then, they've hit the accelerator. And they pushed the lead up to 3 scores here in the fourth quarter. And I don't see them looking back.
Herbert and the Chargers staying put. They'll line up and go for 2.
Let's go.
And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And he whips that one incomplete there. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. They snap it to Herbert. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Now the Charger offense will stay on the field as they'll line up to go for the 2-point try. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes has a way of catching up with you.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throw right side caught by Davis. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And the offense moving quickly to the line. 1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And good pursuit yet again by the Chargers as they stuff him behind the line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Bills 1st down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long.
Allen now looks to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
And the Chargers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we made one more play, could have had our shutout.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. First down, and they stick with Eckler.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 57 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
They're going to pass here with Herbert. Escaping the pressure right.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago. Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Herbert off of play action. The 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
Again, Herbert.
He'll drop this one off to Eckler.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that will bring up 2nd down.
21. Go.
Up the middle with Eckler.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
59. What is it?
And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.